So now we're going back in. We're going to go in the backyard first. And here's my composter right with the trash. We have a lot of it because we had a lot of family in, a lot of celebration. And here is the fence that separates my property from my neighbor's property. They have children, as you can see, and I went ahead and put this tarp up because I have a German Shepherd mix. And that way, you know, they wouldn't be tempted to put their fingers through. And then here I put the cattle panel on its side, so that way my dog will not go in here and use the bathroom. And these plants can grow however they want to grow. It's their playground. And I have cucumbers, melons, tomatoes, green beans, and peas. And pretty sure there's some other things in there because I like surprises. And then over here is what I was talking about the peas. Like, I don't know if they just saw that lifespan. There were so many more. And then I planted them, you know, down here. I shucked the peas out and planted them down here. But I do not see any rearing their head up. I see some corn over here. I did plant some beans as well because, well, beans are great. So we're going in to the main garden area I'm developing. And what we see here, as I'm sure you can guess, is a sunflower. And then there is the raspberry. I mean, it's gotten a little bit bigger of a bush, but really, we're not going to see any kind of berries, I don't think. But as you can see, it's pretty healthy. I have them mulched up with the straw, and I'm pretty excited about this. This is my blackberry. And I thought, oh, so we're only getting one stalk this year. But no, they're like, yeah, we like it here. I'm growing. So it's got 3 more stalks put off. And then here we have our dill getting ready to go to seed. I'm okay with that. And then that is a tomato plant sharing that space. And here is my nectarine tree, and it seems to be pretty happy. And here's some seeds I dropped. Here's that mound of soil that I was talking about that went over top of my corn and my corn and my okra. Here's another tomato plant. I'm really happy about the cucumbers because I wanted to plant them in a different area, and so far so good. Look at the health. Like, I am out here looking for spots. And then what do you have there? Look at that beautifulness. I can't see if we have a focus on this or not. Look, and this is by far the best producing brown cherry, and it is out here. And look, I'm going to give you a demonstration. Here's a yellow one. You got to wait till your ground cherries turn yellow. Okay, I'll show you when we get somewhere else because I don't want to drop the camera. And then here's my little tiny walkway that I'll extend next year. Here is more cucumber. Very happy. The grapes, again, got to trim these down. But it's coming along. And then over here, I forgot which, because I planted a bunch of different squash over there, but that's the only one that's come up, and I don't know which one it is. Won't be long before I do know, though. And then here we have our coal bed. I planted a bunch more things in here, so we'll see how it goes. I took all the strawberries out of here and put them in sunnier locations. And there's strawberries still over there. I have some potatoes that came up from last year and decided they wanted to get in on the party. And there's our beet, totally going to seed. And look at that. Somebody's happy back here. This is ginger. Okay, I love Thai cooking. So, of course, I'm going to plant a bunch of ginger. And the ginger, it really likes it out here. And I just thought that it would be better in full sun, but I don't know. It's just happy out here. That's, you know, it's everywhere. You just can't see it. And then here, I have the sweet potatoes growing here. Some dill and some of those little Fiesta peppers. So, pepper sauce. And then here, I plan on these cucumbers, a new location again. And it's going to, I'm going to train them up. So that way they'll get sun. I'm curious to see how they'll grow. And then, of course, what you're looking at here is that celestial fig tree. Let's get it right. So I always tell my kids, don't do anything halfway. Beginning, end. Okay, it is a celestial fig. I got that from the Capitol Market, so we'll see how that goes. And then here you have your parsley. This is what it looks like when it goes to seed. Letting it go to seed, because I like to bully. And you'll see down there, the morning glory's trying to kill that one. And I guess that parsley isn't going to have it because it's neighbored. It knows the area and it knows it's got to be pretty resilient. So in here, oh, we have somebody eating my pepper. Do you see that? And here is my chives. And then, of course, you see that where they're eating. So, that's fine. They're not bothering anything else. This is great. I just recently made, I took a bunch of this sage here. And I put it in, I made sausages. And I took the fat that was left from the sausages, I mixed it with syrup and cooked this in it with some butter. And then, you know, like really caramelized it. And then, of course, drizzled that like a sage caramel. And I have to say that was definitely a product that is marketable. It was delicious because you have your sweet, salty, savory, every yumminess in it. And then here we have some peppers. These are the ones that completely disappeared, but they're making a comeback. See the one back there? I couldn't believe that would make a comeback. I thought for sure it was gone. And so that's parsley going to seed. And this is our carrot going to seed. I have more sage because, you know, I'm going to dry it. And they'll probably be gifts. Here is a pepper plant. Let's look at that. It's huge. It's a stuffing pepper of some sort. And I'm very excited. And then here's the strawberries. They're ready to rest. And there's my favorite chard. And then here, here's the actual grapevine trellis. And I'll show you what rust looks like. And you want to get this before it starts budding up. But here's a good picture. See that leaf there? That's rust. And see how it mangles. And then you'll notice too with the fruits of your grapes, this is what it looks like as well, what it does to them. Interesting. But I think there's going to be some left. We'll see. We shall see. And it's both of them. I have the blush muscadine, and I also have the purple, and so it's affecting them both. Coming out of this garden,